You've heard it all before. Global warming, the greenhouse effect, ocean acidification. They're all terms that we've come across time and time again. But if these really are problems to be dubbed the challenges of the century, it's remarkable that the situation hasn't improved, but only worsened. Despite New Zealand being a world leader in environmental sustainability, under half our total energy consumption came from renewable sources in 2015. This means that most of the resources we're using to produce energy cannot be readily replaced by natural means on a level equal to its consumption. However, the main issue with the combustion of non-renewable energy sources is the release of carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which accumulates in the greenhouse layer, trapping the sun's radiation and warming the earth. This has far-reaching effects from rising sea levels to changing global climate and disruption to ecosystems. The carbon dioxide also dissolves in water to produce carbonic acid, which causes acid rain and ocean acidification. This myriad of negative impacts from the combustion of fuels is a growing threat to New Zealand's pristine environment. So, now we've established that we've got a big problem ahead. But the solution? Algae biofuel. Hey, I know what you're thinking. Along with corn fuel, tidal power, and all those crazy other innovations, it's been done before, but is destined to be too costly in real life. Well, from today, that's about to change. But before we delve into the gist of the technology, let's answer the question, why algae? 3 reasons. Firstly, all algae photosynthesize, which means they combine carbon dioxide and water to produce the sugars required for their life processes. This means that the combustion of algae biofuel is carbon neutral. Although carbon dioxide is released in the combustion of the biofuel, the same amount of carbon dioxide is absorbed as the algae grows, so there's no net effect on carbon dioxide emissions. Reason number 2 is that algae are very easy to grow, although costly, which means they require very little attention and thrive in water with poor nutrition. Finally, algae have a high percentage mass of oil. Coupled with the high growth rate of algae, this means that the oil yield per unit area is significantly higher than other biodiesel crops. However, as it stands, algae isn't used quite widely to produce biofuel due to the high cost of growing algae in ponds. Considering that New Zealand is surrounded by water, it would make sense to come up with an innovation that would allow algae to be grown in oceans. Enter Ori. To improve the efficiency of algae growing technology, we should integrate a method of folding a flat surface into a smaller area called the Ori fold. The advantage of this folding system is that it gives a large surface area that has sufficient structural strength to not need support, while also being flexible enough to sustain reasonable movement without breaking. Unlike strings or other surfaces, such a structure can never become tangled. Similar to seed mats, these surfaces can be embedded with the nutrients required for algae to grow. These surfaces could then be fixed to a suitable location in the ocean and left for the algae to mature. Once the algae has matured, the surface could be folded up and transferred to a processing facility where the algae is collected. A new surface could immediately be placed, allowing the growing cycle to repeat with maximum efficiency. So, after the algae has been collected, the oils need to be extracted. It's kind of like squeezing juice from an orange with the additional chemical reaction afterwards. Just through compressing the algae, up to 75% of the oil can be extracted. The remaining oil can be extracted by mixing the algae pulp with cyclohexane, where the oil in the algae dissolves in the cyclohexane, allowing the algae pulp to be filtered out from the mixture. The oil and the cyclohexane can then be separated through distillation, since they have differing boiling points. And voila, your biofuel is ready to go. The production of biofuel using algae has the potential to deliver significant economic, social and environmental benefits to New Zealand, and I'll evaluate these with reference to the Treasury's High Living Standards framework. In the future, the price of oil is expected to skyrocket as existing stores dwindle. If New Zealand is able to obtain a large proportion of our energy from algae biofuel, this will act as a buffer against rising oil prices, allowing our economy to remain competitive in the global market. It also reduces capital outflow as we no longer have to import fuel but are self-sustainable. This will increase employment in the energy sector, providing a boost to economic growth. In terms of environmental benefits, the carbon neutrality of algae biofuel ensures that we as New Zealanders and as a country play our part in stopping global warming and the adverse environmental effects associated with it, which can be seen at a local level. This ensures sustainability for the future and demonstrates that we are managing the environmental risks that threaten our nation. Finally, the improved air quality, water quality and environment ensures that we as New Zealanders are able to live healthier and happier lives. This improves social cohesion as New Zealanders can continue to enjoy the environment together, as well as increasing equity through better health outcomes for all. This future is a clean future. This future is a green future. And this future can be our future. Thank you.